I'm at 134 South Main Street in Crittenden, Kentucky, doing a sanitary lateral inspection for the purchase of a home. We're looking for any structural issues, root intrusion, anything that may be of concern to the buyer. The access point here is this clean out in the center of the basement. There's also another clean out over here, well behind that Christmas tree, where it comes in the wall and then goes out through the floor. So this would be further back upstream than that. And so we're going to try to go from here, that way we can try to inspect as much pipe as possible. Now, the line here is PVC, and so from the way I understand it, this line may have only been put in about 20 years ago, so it should be PVC all the way out. It must have been when the sanitary main was installed down the street, or it was just updated. But PVC is a good material, obviously. We have a lot less issues with PVC than you do a lot of the older materials, just by virtue of age alone, and obviously the technology is a little better. And so we do have some little bit of stuff on the camera. Should be able to rinse off and see better when we pull back through this area, this first 25 feet or so. But I'm going to go ahead and run some water now and see if I can get that to rinse off the camera head. Should be able to see. I think I'm far enough past a couple of the Y ends where we should be far enough down that we should see some water start coming by. This is coming in from above. This may actually be a clean out based off of the placement on the top of the pipe. A lot of times the other stuff will come in from the sides, but unless there's another stack. I'm going to go ahead and flush this toilet in here also. Should see something come by us here shortly. A pretty big rush of water. There you go. Should clean off the front of the camera for us. Do that and then drain down here. I can also turn off this water while it's running. So we'll make sure that on the way back, we look at those first 25 feet there and make sure that everything is good. We could see, just it was a little hazy due to stuff on the front of the camera. And you can see a little bit of water in there. The camera does not have any standoff on it, meaning it doesn't have something to lift it up off the bottom of the pipe. So the lens is only about maybe a half an inch off the bottom of the pipe. So that is, not a lot of water. Obviously we just ran it, so that's the we've just added water to it. So it's going to take a minute for it to drain down, but we can see well enough. And usually when you're pushing, you're actually pushing the water up in front of the camera lens anyway, so it makes it, as you can see when I stop pushing, so you can see the water level there on top. Minor bellies like that, which is just low spots, those are pretty normal. A lot of times when they put these lines in, when they backfill, sometimes they'll settle just a little bit, and you have just a little bit of water sitting somewhere. They're not a problem. It's just that without having the standoff on this camera, it doesn't take much water at all in the line to cover the lens. So we're hoping that on the way back, as I drag back through this, and it drains down, we'll be able to see. If not, I will try to put a standoff on it and go through another clean out. This clean out was a little too small for my standoff. The actual piece wouldn't fit through the opening. But there's a larger one over to the side. I just again wanted to make sure I could inspect as much pipe as possible. So far, the line does look really good structurally. I haven't found any defects. PVC versus some of the older materials. The main thing used for years was clay outside, and those sections were only like 3 to 4 foot sections, and so that's where you get a lot of root intrusion, is because those sections were so short. There's a lot of opportunity there. With PVC, there's at least 10-foot sections. And this all looks like Schedule 40. There are a couple different kinds of PVC. Now they use, for the exterior stuff, they use what is called SDR 35, and it's a green, but it's a separate rating than the schedule rating. They use, one is like a pipe thickness, and then the other one is a ratio of the thickness of the plastic. And I don't know why they have two different ratings, but they do. I was kind of hoping we would either come up on a clean out or something, because pretty soon I'm going to run out of scope, and I may have to make a move to be able to inspect the remainder of the pipe. So we're out, and usually they have to have a clean out about every 100 feet or so, and so I believe that's what that is. And here's another one. This looks like this is dropping off. You can see that there's something from above, and then this looks like it's dropping straight down. If you look in the bottom left-hand corner, that is the angle at which the line or the camera is sitting. And so when I'm sitting vertical like this, the water just comes off the top of the camera. And so I'm not sure if we're dropping directly into the main, or if this is or if the lateral continues. So I am going to pause the video here, because I am sitting flat. I'm going to pause the video here and go out and locate where the camera is, so I can look around and see if we are in the main or if how much further we would have to go to get to the main. So again, I'm going to pause the video and get a locate. Okay, it has been verified. This is the sewer main. It's running through the front yard. And I had just dropped into it. And so there is a clean out there. I could not see it. And so what we're going to try to do is want to come back vertical. Because it does drop in right to the top of the main. And so as I pull back, looks like this, there should be a clean out right on top of where I was, but then there's also a clean out back further. So I'm going to stop real quick and locate that clean out for him too. It looks like this may be where the municipality hooked on, because there it is right there. So I'm going to go out there real quick, pause the video one more time, go out there, locate exactly where this is so it can be marked in case they ever need access to the clean out. Looks like a two-way, so they'd be able to go back to the house as well as out towards the main. Okay, so that spot is marked with green paint and a flag. It is buried, so I don't know if it's a couple inches below the surface or a foot, but it looked like that was a clean out. It's the only thing it could be. It's just whether or not they brought the riser pipe all the way up to the surface, which they should have. But I haven't seen any defects yet. The line looks really good. Pretty good sign. I don't really have much to talk about. That's usually what you want. Everything looks like it's functioning properly. Haven't seen any structural issues at all. If you noticed on the way back, there's not as much. Haven't had any spots where the camera is submerged. Now that the water is, of course, as soon as I say that, but you should be able to see just above it as you pull out. There is a pull back that it's. We can now see the pipe. Whereas when we're pushing, obviously we're pushing all that stuff in front of the lens instead of. So it makes it more difficult. Try to rinse that off just the hair there. anyway, so move it all the way back to the clean out, and that is great news. Didn't find any issues whatsoever in the line. The low spots that were on the way out were, or I should say the spots with water in them on the way out. Obviously, once the water drained down a little bit, we didn't have the same issue with the visual obstructions. So the line looked great. Didn't see any structural issues. All the pipe joints were nice and tight, still seated, which means they were installed correctly, and no major settling or anything on the pipe. It looked really, really good. That's what you wish to see. Wish I saw that on every one of these. And so have nothing to report. The line looked great. So that'll end the inspection for 134 South Main Street in Crittenden, Kentucky.